Hey everyone, it's Agent here, back with more Dark Deity, which I should fix in this tag on my little overhead layer. Hang on. There we go. Now, if you've been watching on YouTube, you wouldn't really notice, but it's been a long while since I've touched this game, so I might not remember exactly what's going on here. I think we're still looking for the temple. Great, that was a close call. Too close. Old Humpback's not cut out for this. I thought our guy was supposed to be helpful. Well, I admit I may have miscalculated my estimation of the competence of our captain. There we go. Thank you. Now wait a minute. Hold on. I see something. Up ahead. That must be it. It's not the ship. Lower the sails! Aye aye, Captain. I've always wanted to say that. Look at that thing. It's massive. Is this the temple we seek? Yes. You do well to drop anchor here before the ship gets too close. I'll drop my anchor where I please, thank you very much. Drop the anchor, quickly! If this is it, what now? I have brought you here, have I not? I cannot take the trial for you. So then the trial has already begun? Can you tell me nothing of it? Since you insist, I will share with you only what was once shared with me. The trial of the soul is comprised of 3 parts: the test of mind, body, and spirit. The test of body is a fight unlike anything you have yet experienced. The only enemies you will face are the ones you take with you. The enemies we take with us? I have said what I will. It's some kind of mirror match. No point in stopping now, Irving. Go on, let's hop in dinghies and have a look. I've been around the whole perimeter. Not so much as a crevice, let alone any kind of entrance. Strange, Ben? Strange. Benji, any luck with your, strategy? Ugh. No matter how hard I smash, these walls won't budge. I'll take that as a hard no. It's writing. Huh? The holes in the walls. If you connect them, they form letters. How do you figure that one? The walls of our monastery had similar markings. Yes, she's right. They do form letters. Characters in pre-calamity Elvish, to be precise. Sun Elvish, probably. Actually, the elves shared a common language before the calamity, though it's hard to imagine now. It's quite different from our own tongues. I should be able to translate. Just a moment. Boy, I'm lucky you guys are here, because I never would have figured that out. I think it's a riddle of some kind. What does it say? Power is at sea. To yield a fruitful harvest, it must be, and it trails off. There's no punctuation, so the latter part must be missing. You go ahead and analyze that punctuation, Corvin. Let the real brains in the group think about solutions. Presumably, it rhymes in its completed form. In ancient Elvish, of course. I can translate different words to see if the ending letters match. As seed, planted, watered? Far too simple. Perhaps soaked or germinated. No, I don't think any of those words would have sounded similar. Well, let's think. What's on the farm? Shovel, cows, farmers, a field? Genius. There are farmers on a farm. Yes, a truly remarkable insight, Sophia. Thanks. Field. There's at the end matches exactly with the word for harvest. So another should have come before it. Huh, not bad. Sown a field? Thrown a field? What do we have these scholar types here for anyway? Go on, do your thing. No, those words are too short. It wouldn't fit the meter. Scattered. Scattered a field. Let me see. Why, yes. The meter fits perfectly. That's it. So now what? Do we say it? Well, I've never actually tried to speak the language. language. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever even heard anyone speak it. I wouldn't know where to begin. Perfect. Take me closer to the walls. Alright. Claro, with up. The only enemies here is the one you bring with you. Is this your idea of a joke? I don't think I like how I'm looking at me. Think you can make friends with them? I think that's the last thing they want. Worth a shot, though. We don't want to fight. You need not express your wants in this place. You've read your soul. You must fight, and so you will. Can't say that isn't creepy. There's no reason to delay. Time is not on your side. This much weighs heavily on your souls. Right. Looks like we have no choice. Leave it to you to keep pushing forward even in ghost form. Garrick, son of Ganon. You are stronger than you allow yourself to know.
Aaron, the voice of comfort. In all of your efforts, you have always been enough. Alden, a hero before your time. You need not try to measure up, for you already do.
Irving, bound by blood. Your conviction will hold you steady when you fear to break. Such resolve has not touched this place in millennium. The challenge is cast. Onwards to your fate. Let's see how this looks. So we can bring in a pretty big squad. Can I mirror our formation too? Okay, you're gonna try this out and see if it works. Okay, grouped slightly differently. I wonder HP is already down. Hmm. Evenly matched. Who's got the highest defense in my group? Mm, hey, it has high fortitude. Might let them just come to me. This could be tricky. Wait, bring him over. Let's see, at least that's working out well. Oh no. My row is too strong. Just got a hit. Nope. And the dodging is so annoying when it's happening to me. Again, why is your accuracy so bad? Mm, Nice double crit. Let's just go for safe odds. Man, guys is so sturdy. There's no one, not even yourself. Guess I'll just heal. Oh man. Oof. They know Monroe's too much of a threat. Well, I'm not doing too badly, am I? It's one hit. I might have to restart this chapter if things go badly. This is still getting XP. Let's see. Nope. No. And these debuffs might hit me a little hard later, but we'll see. Embarrassing. Yep. Oh, that's one hit. Push her forward so we can heal Elias. Mm, more healing. Definitely not. Yep, click too quickly. That's alright. Take him out already. This stinks. Yeah, not bad indeed. Oh, we almost got him. Just a little more to go. If I can just hit them. Maybe I should disarm. This is bad. It's too fast. Gonna realize out of here. I just gotta do with everything we got. Or try to, anyway. There we go, Alden. Alright. That was only a little painful. Well, that wasn't expected. Perhaps it should not have been.
I understand the warning now.
A lot of good that does us.
Regardless, we did it. Now, I know arithmetic, but 2 words down means there's 1 more to go. I doubt this giant door is here by accident. Let's check it out.
Wait. What is it? Only one should enter the inner sanctum. Alone. With myself, of course. The trial was originally designed to be faced one at a time. And who do you propose that should be? That is not for me to decide.
I don't like the idea of splitting up.
Well, if we have to, we should call a vote to decide who goes.
Irving, I don't think we need to call a vote.
Very well. Then it should be Vesta. Or Maeve. Your organizations know more of these affairs than the rest of us combined.
I'm not so sure that's true, Irving. And even if it were, I'm not sure that would help.
Alright, then who else?
I think most of us feel it should be you.
Really? I'm not sure that makes any sense. One roundabout way or another, all of us ended up together because of you.
Besides, it was your father's idea to send us here. His faith in you is what convinced him to continue to trust us with the aspects in the first place.
It seems to me you give us our best chance. Does anyone object? There's your vote. It seems your friends have made their choice, Irving. Alright, so they have. Wish me luck.
You won't need it.
Ooh, the cosmos. A bright flame illumines the walls of this sanctum. It has lain in darkness for many years. See these walls again stirs something in me. Hey. Silence, anchored one. I know why you have come. It is not you whom I wish to speak. Tell me, bright flame, what brings you to this place? Who asked this? I guess enters my home and asks that I make an account of myself. I am Sumash, once revered in this place, where now my Terra's alien aspect rests. The god of the soul. I see you are acquainted with my domain. Now I would ask to know more of you. Forgive my brashness, mighty Sumash. My name is Irving. It is pleasant to know what you are called, but the soul speaks more of a man than his name. That may be. I was sent here on behalf of the Order of Eternals, to be able to protect the aspects from one who would use them for ill. Such faith the Order has in its cause and its agents. I hope it is not misplaced. As do I. I was informed that if I passed your trial, I might receive something that would aid our quest. Supplies, or perhaps weapons of some kind. A weapon, singular? Indeed, you might. Tell me, who are these who stand so nervously beyond the threshold? They are soldiers, I suppose. Great fighters from many corners of Terra. Going to plot out this nefarious aspect thief has become our only common purpose. I see. They are each of them quite powerful. It's true. Each brings something unique to the whole. What if you learned that I could grant all of these powers to you? I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean. No longer with the mighty Irving, heir of House Sildaria. Fight to win the approval of his own troops, coordinate their movements, or inspire them to courage. His will be indomitable, subsumed by all who looked upon him with admiration in their hearts. At what cost? What you ask is wise. A fine boon comes at a fine price. The transference of power would cost them their mortal souls. I wouldn't think of it. And if it was the only way to prevent the disaster you fear, I couldn't. Besides, I don't see how that would be the case. If you have so much of... Why would I want to stop this necromancer in the first place? That sentence didn't continue. They're my friends. Well, you should have said so. You called them soldiers, if you remember. Perhaps I was wrong too. The error is mortal, but to acknowledge this and grow, that is divine. These friends of yours, how do you lead them? By love? Fear? The promise of gold? Trust, I think. Though if I'm being honest, I'm not sure I understand it. Your loyalty humbles you. I guess I'm just not as convinced as they are that I know what's right, or that I always will. You need not believe you are right, or need you to be right. Your thoughts search for justice, as one I have seen before. But justice does not reside in the mind. A sandglass may tell the time, but not the weather. Be that as it may, I fear our time is in short supply. Ah, but you have yet to present me your gift. Gift? Yes, the stone which has guided you to me. It has traveled many leagues and years to come to rest in this place. Set it on my altar. You have my thanks, bright flame. The members of your order who entrusted these to me have passed from this world long ago. Now it seems they are safest and most useful with you. But, what of the third trial? I was told there would be three. All three trials you have passed, bright flame, and with a sincerity such as I have never seen. Which is why I entrust you too with my own aspect. Now go, and leave me with this troubled one. There are stirrings in Nestrellas I could use his bleak thoughts on. At last. Irving, these aspects may aid you, but they cannot save you or your friends. Only you can do that. Such wisdom. And how many empires rose and fell while you thought of these words? I've discovered much in my solitude, Keely. And we have much to discuss. Farewell, bright flame, and take courage in your quest. Continue your search for righteousness as if Terrazel itself depended on it. Perhaps it does. Yes, perhaps it does. Conversing with a god, I can hardly believe it. This is stuff of fairy legends. Who is this? Unless. Well, I believe what I see, and I'm looking more at aspects than I ever knew exist in one place. Epic. It's gonna take some time to figure out what each of these are capable of. I've got no swears of that. It'll be a while before you make landfall in Edlin, and that's assuming we can get out of these mists without our guide. Did you really have to leave it behind? It seemed Kili Sumash has some purpose for it. What that might be, I couldn't say. Honestly, I can't say I'm too mad about it. That guy was making me nervous anyway. I think I might have to agree. Wait a minute, how did you get here? On the ship? And just how exactly did you sneak onto my ship? In one of your barrels. You don't exactly have the strictest security detail. You free-riding rat. I should have you thrown overboard. Okay, Captain Tough. Maybe if you actually shipped any goods, I wouldn't have so much free real estate to choose from. What, you little...
I think maybe we should leave these two to sell this themselves.
Also, just kind of have those crazy eyes going on. Let's see. Hey, good to be out of the mist, isn't it? Definitely. The clear skies seem to afford in the moment a little bit, which I think everyone is appreciating. How are you holding up? Well enough, all things considered. That's good to hear. We've been through a lot these past few weeks. More than I signed up for when I enrolled at the academy, that's for sure. But that's always how it is, isn't it? How do you mean? It was never like that before. No, but in all the stories we ever heard growing up, a good hero always gets more than he bargains for. I guess. But in stories, you always know the hero can handle it. Not necessarily. Didn't you ever study the great Sundial tragedies at the academy? So my story's a tragedy. That's reassuring. No, life is different, of course. More like being the author and the main character at the same time. I hardly feel that in control of anything. Fine. Maybe it's more like being one of several authors. Do you think he knows we're coming? The Necromancer? Wherever that was. On the battlefield. I think he expects to see you again. And I think he'll be better prepared. I think so too. In fact, I'm sure of it. Though I can't quite explain why. Well, then the only thing to do is be more prepared for him than he is for us. Your father will be proud. I'm flattered to hear those words from your mouth. That's probably as close to his approval as I'll ever get. That's not true and you know it. Perhaps. It seems we could both benefit from giving ourselves a little more credit for our accomplishments. Perhaps. Well, I think I'm going to turn in. Ford needs to be on deck bright and early tomorrow. Sounds good. And Garrick, I just wanted to tell you, I'm really grateful you're still here, after everything. You know, I get these moments sometimes that make me feel like the four of us are right back at the academy. Nothing has changed. I know what you mean. I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't either. Well, I'll leave you to enjoy the view. Beautiful, isn't it? But don't stare too long. I won't want to wake up and find out you've fallen overboard to be captured by a wandering Elither. Didn't you say you were turning in? Right. Hey, would you look at that? The priest lady finally looks up from her rocks to take in the sea. You really are the worst, Ford. What are you still around for, anyway? Aren't you going to use this to extort your debtors and be off? Yeah, well, the financing from your beloved order should just about cover things. Besides, I think you guys are starting to like having me around. Wouldn't want to make anyone sad. No, just irritated, apparently. Only you, your holiness.
Hey, look! Dolphins!
Yeah, they reach one enough to the another. I read once that this sometimes inspires the sailor stories of sea serpents. Oh, trust me. When you see the real thing, you can tell the difference.
Wow, I've never seen anything like that. They're majestic.
What is this? That appears to be avian excrement. Cursed birds. Might be bad news for your robe, but it's good news for us. You can't be too far from shore. How do you reckon? With winds like this, not more than a day. Say, Sarah, you sure you guys will take good care of old Humpback? He sounds like we might be gone a while. I couldn't live with myself if anything happened to her.
Your ship will be safe in Aramore, Ford. You have my word. I just wish Aramore wasn't so far from Kurt. It'll be weeks before we get there. On the bright side, that's less than what we spend on the ship. Just traveling on foot, like criminals, it's completely different. It is, but this is important. My contact will help us get to the bottom of who's behind all this. I know.
Nothing beats the sea, huh, kid? We won't be fugitives forever, Alden. Once we secure the aspects and stop whatever is afoot, all of Daily will know what we've done. They'll understand. If by they, you mean Varric. I hardly think he'd develop a sudden inclination for mercy if he's still king after all this. We'll see. In the depths of Sumash's temple, Irving meets the god himself. After passing the trial of soul, Sumash entrusts Irving with the power of a huge trove of aspects. The party departs from the mist safely, heading back to Evelyn. After the ardor of their voyage to Varroa, spirits are low. Each knows has a difficult journey lay ahead of them. They have a Kurt, where Vesta has an order contact who can set them up and give them the lay of the land. For some inexplicable reason, Voss continues to follow along. Chaotic energy. Eyes can crit. case, kinda set it to be a little bulky. His HP is decently high. I'm gonna try going for Guardian. Hello. The prodigal priestess returns. Good to see you, Vesta. And you, Irene. But I wish the circumstances were different. This is the territory. Tavern Chatter says you and your friends here have set off across the sea. Never to return, I would hope. Depends on who you ask. Would you mind introducing yourselves? I feel like a rat in a steam house right now. I am Irving Sildarin of Brookstead. Dave Leverin, Grand Inquisitor of the Mystic Council of Expanse. Lincoln and Vodosov? Lincoln Vodosov, former captain of the Nadalian army. Sarah Rohan, third in line for the Aramorn throne. Let me get this straight. The grandson of the Order's Grand Master, right hand of Thelia's former commander, the likely future Queen of Aramor, and the Mystic Council's favorite Inquisitor. That about cover it? Favorite is a stretch, but you're correct for the most part. I was hoping you could catch us up on what we've missed in our absence. You might as well get comfortable then. I've been doing my best to track the one you warned me about before your departure. The Necromancer? Well, him too. There's a lot of shadowy figures traipsing about Delia causing havoc these days. The strangest thing is that everything worth tracking seems to operate out of Surgeon. Which to me means one of three things. Either Varric's spies haven't noticed, haven't been able to stop it, or have been told not to stop it. I know Varric. If he caught wind of an unchecked conspiracy, he'd be tearing the country apart piece by piece to root it up. Well, he is. I'm just not sure the two are related. What do you mean? He's been accelerating timelines and work schedules for every construction project in Delia, also the aqueducts. He destroyed several villages in its path and has conscripted their villagers for indentured labor. It's cruel. The purpose of a king is to protect his people, not use them to advance his own glory. You've met the man, Irving. He's not who he once was. Please continue, Irene. Thousands of others who feel as Irving does have been imprisoned or indentured. They're reopening rural prisons that haven't been touched in decades. It's worse than we thought, especially for the common folk. It seems no one is safe from Varric's wrath. That much is certain. This entire country is at its tipping point. I wish I had more information for you, but I can't find so much as a word in the Necromancer. What of the other sorcerer? The one that wiped out the armies at Swift Harbor? Every scrap of intel on that day points back to your group. Were you not responsible? No, we were not. That's quite troubling. We're back to square one, then. What news of the war? Stalled for the moment. Neither king seems in any particular hurry to lose the other half of their army. I never imagined it would come to this, but King Varric strikes me as the most promising lead at the moment. It's unlike him not to investigate these occurrences. It's possible he is working with this sorcerer, or the necromancer, or worse, both. What about this prodigy you mentioned back in the Philibons? Could you elaborate? I wouldn't know how to. I certainly wouldn't be authorized to if I did. It's not important, Lincoln. Not right now. We're going to have to go through Varric to get to whoever's behind this either way. We might as well make our peace with that. Irving is right. Right now, that whatever Maeve knows about this prodigy doesn't matter until we're ready for it. How do we get started?
First things first, we'll need a base of operations. We can sort out the rest from there. Any suggestions? Lincoln? You know better than anyone where Varric's men would be looking for us.
I do know one place they dare not go. It's not far from here, actually.
You speak of the Marrows.
If you know of this place, you know it's best not to discuss it further until we arrive. We'll scare everyone half to death. Does you have an alternative suggestion? We're on my third try. Just had a drink right before this.
No.
You're already scaring me, Lincoln. But it seems to have little choice. I trust your judgment. Irene, thank you for your diligence. Your service does you great honor.
Honor's nice, but it won't put me up at the Platinum Pony. You will receive your payment from the order soon enough. In the meantime, leave no stone unturned. I'll do what I can. Farewell. Hopefully we'll meet again soon.
This is carrying a lot of holy water. Foss, what is up with you, dude? Yeah, let's look at these aspects. Hmm. Storm. Mhm. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Maybe I'll try. Where is it? I want the one that heals when you your allies when you defeat an enemy. There you go. Think about it later. We'll just get through these bonds. Alright, well, hey. Alan said you were looking for me. Yes, it's good to see you. When we made landfall in Aramore, I bought some oysters from a vendor. I thought you might like to share some with me and remember our country. Eh, I know I was about to turn down free oysters, but if I'm being honest, that's not exactly what comes to mind when I think of home. Then what does come to mind? I don't know. Street fights, locusts, armadillos, and sand. Lots of sand. And what of the desert sun, rising high above the swaying palms, the great magicians with their fireworks, or the traveling minstrel troops with their panther tamers and fire dancers. I think it's fair to say we live very different lives, my friend. That may be true. Do you not miss home then, when we're away? I guess it's a bit cool for my taste. We won't get too far north, but I don't think about it too much. Home was always wherever I could find someplace safe to sleep. Even after I enlisted, that never changed. A native to life on the road. You could say that. In that case, let's enjoy these looking forward then. To the road ahead. To the road ahead. See ya. How are you?
Why do you look so chipper today?
Oh, I did a little digging. Turns out I actually stayed at your parents' inn when I was younger once.
Alrighty, congratulations.
Don't be ungrateful. I'm here for a reason.
I never doubted that.
You're so clever. Listen, I liked your little town. It had much more charm than any of the hamlets we visited. I would like to ask you more about it so that I can work to ensure it stays as nice as it is when I hold power over the House of Valburen.
You do know it's under the jurisdiction of the Valmyrans.
Yes, of course I know that. It doesn't leave me entirely powerless in the matter, but I wouldn't expect you to know such things.
Very kind of you, if I do say so myself.
Yes, what do you think?
What do I think? I think I have no idea when you turn into the benevolent type.
It is purely selfish, truly. I find value in my experience traveling to Duskwater as a child, and thus I want to do the same for my children one day.
Oh, shove off. Any other backwater dunghole town would serve the same purpose, and you know it. There's nothing special about Duskwater.
I beg to differ. I expect you to have more pride in where you come from.
Not everyone comes from a place worthy of pride, Monroe. Of all the things it seems like you might understand is that.
Well, you wouldn't want me to put in a good word?
Of course I don't want that. It's my home. My parents run the biggest business in town.
So then what's the fuss? I swear you countryside women can't make up your minds over half a coin.
You're treading dangerous ground here.
What? I thought it was funny. It was a joke.
I'm leaving now. If you're being sincere and asking, we can talk about it another time.
Alright, my apologies. Monroe, you're kind of a mess. What in the black abyss did you get me into, though, Myron?
Look, it's not my fault we went from investigating artifacts to communing with gods. How was I supposed to know?
I don't know. I don't know that I'm interested in this return to Delia. I was perfectly happy leaving for the duration of the war.
I think we're about to be in the middle of that war, whether you like it or not.
Indeed.
Having second thoughts? Getting cold feet? Monroe Valburen, the coward.
Which is such a filthy trap for longer than 5 seconds. Only a fool experienced what we have and walk the plank now. No matter what happens, we'll be on the cusp of history. If I want power, it's here. If I want to do good for the world, it's here.
And if you want a place in the history books.
Right. Am I so transparent?
Only to those who have harbored the same thoughts in the past.
So, you don't think me to be shallow? I know you to be shallow, you dolt. That's how we get along. You wound me. I can see it now. I'm fading away. My ego. Give it a rest, hotshot. So Monroe can take himself less seriously sometimes.
Hey, Irving? What happened when you went in there? Did you actually talk to a god?
I assume you're asking about the trial of the soul. When I entered the inner sanctum,
Yeah. We all tried putting our ears against the wall. Well, most of us anyway, but we couldn't hear anything. Just silence.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was some magic at work suppressing the sound. The voice I heard was not quiet. It was as clear as I might sound speaking to you now.
That's crazy.
I considered the possibility that I was losing my mind myself, just as it was happening. Thankfully, I seem to have gotten on alright since. But to answer your question, I'm not sure who or what I would talk to. All I know is that it claimed to be Sumash, the god of the soul. And it's like anything I've ever encountered.
Is it all real? The astral plane, the gods, the aspects, all of it?
Everything we've been through would lead me to believe that, yes.
Wild. I also remember when some of my friends at the academy started telling me all that was just the stuff of fairy tales to get little kids to behave.
That's true. I'm just as certain we're living in such a fairy tale.
Let's hope it's the kind with a good ending.
Yes, let's hope. Whether or not we are may very well be up to us to determine.
If that's the case, I'll do everything I can to make sure it is.
I put a fair amount of coin on that, Alden. If I were a betting man, that is.
Like Eric?
Yes, like Eric.
Did you find it strange at all, returning to Varroa? No stranger than the times themselves. Things looked changed somehow, and Eason's Hope especially. The garden seemed overgrown, and the shoreline was different than I remembered. The seasons turned, and the lungs of Terrazil breathed with no regard for mortal affairs. You're right. I guess it just goes to show how much time has passed. For me, less so. Did you have any desire to visit home while we were there? I know you weren't so close with your family. Was there no one you'd like to see again? Perhaps there is one. I had a friend at the monastery, a mentor. She resided there for some time when I had arrived, and remained after I left. What was her name? Ira. She was wise and gentle. I'm sure she was, especially if you thought so. Have you ever considered visiting her? I cannot return. Not even to the island? It is forbidden for one who has heard the call of the gods, and, as you've observed, things change of their own accord. It's a delusion to think that one can return to times past. I suppose it is, but sometimes it's a happy delusion. I don't see the use for such things. Well, then consider yourself lucky. You seem to have made your peace with the truth of things, Helena. I admire that. And I your courage and fidelity. You have much to teach yourself. How does the saying go? To the eager student, life is a perpetual teacher. Something of that spirit. That's good enough for me. Did you really mean everything you wrote in that letter, Garrick? It sounds like you to get all serious.
Look, I don't want to get all sappy or anything. I did. Let's leave it at that.
Sappy? Garrick, it was beautiful.
I don't want this to change what we have. We have fun, and I like that. I don't know what else I want out of this right now.
That's exactly what a girl wants to hear, you airhead.
I knew this was a bad idea.
No, it wasn't. You're just not used to ever doing anything serious. You can work through that part. It's because you told me how you feel doesn't change anything between us. You're the one making it weird right now.
I'm making it weird? You practically baited me into writing it with all your talk about how relationships that never take things seriously are doomed.
Are you serious right now? I was kidding. That was a joke. Because we have a healthy relationship and we never take anything serious.
Oh. Well, how am I supposed to pick up on that?
You have this really interesting thing in your skull. I think it's called a brain. You'd probably try and use that. It was a nice letter, though.
Can you move away from the letter already?
Aren't you curious if I've been writing one of my own?
I wasn't until just now.
I'm not.
Great.
But now I think I will. Equity is important, right? Make a fool out of yourself. I make a fool out of myself. It'll be great.
You really don't have to do that.
Oh, I really think I do. It's gonna be a blast. I read it out loud to the whole crew.
I will never help you with one of your schemes again if you do that.
Aw, it's cute that you think you ever had a choice.
I need a recap on that bond. It's very cute.
You know, I could really see the appeal in a man who communes with the gods themselves.
It could have been any one of us.
I hope you'll excuse me if I don't believe Benji would have answered everything the right way.
You never know. Say what you will about Benji, the guy just keeps on winning.
If you're referring to corn husking competitions and measurements of brute strength, yes. He wins more than anyone I've ever met.
Did you come by for something, or was that it? Just wanted to give me the one-liner?
I'll admit, sometimes I don't come in with more of a plan than the one-liner. You got me there.
You don't believe that any more than I do.
God's help me, I've been seen through. Oh, the pure abject horror.
Alright, settle down. You can just love with me for once. What'd you come by for?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I guess I'm curious about what it was like. The presence of Kitty Sumash, I mean.
Truthfully, all the stories speak of this presence or aura. I still don't know what I was actually seeing in there. I felt neither of those things.
That's anticlimactic.
But don't get me wrong, it was exhilarating, terrifying, incredible. A whole mix of emotions. It was just the voice. I don't think he was really there, you know?
Or maybe that's just what gods are. Maybe there is no presence. I highly doubt the stories we were told as children about the gods are accurate.
Maybe. I'm trying not to dwell too much on it.
They couldn't have been any of us, for the record. You're the best of us, serving. You may not want to hear that, but it's true. You hold the torch.
We should get some rest.
Okay, I'm just gonna sort through everyone and then maybe finish up early. Still not quite back in the groove of streaming yet. And I will just pick up on this chapter next time. Yeah, sorry to cut this one short. I'm gonna hopefully be back in peak streaming form next time. And I'll catch you then. See ya.